who, because you know.
Exactly.
You notice I put us at a skew too for this?
You're going to take them off when you use them.
No.
Why, hello, everyone.
I'll explain everything. Okay, Lindsay?
I'm going to hide here.
Sorry, I'm finishing my costume.
But
But
The ghost has to get all dressed up so they can see him.
he who got shot shall remain quiet. Perfect. Okay, now we can talk and he can't talk. Isn't this great, guys? This is like so awesome.
explain the rules first.
Yes.
Oh,
Then I shut up for the rest of the video.
okay.
Otherwise, we won't know what we're doing to solve his murder.
Who cares?
I
Lindsay, please go behind you.
All right. So this is the wonderful game. Oh, dang, I should have put it in.
This is the wonderful gang of
Game.
yeah.
Oh, dang it. Forgot
Yes.
that. Tell me if I'm.
You're fine.
Mysterium. This one, I thought it would be an awesome game
Mom,
for the start of our Halloween festivities. Because if you can't tell, here at Hitchcock Handyman, we take Halloween seriously.
Or we seriously take Halloween.
Yeah.
It works either way. So basically, this is a game Mysterium, where me, being murdered, needs to tell our psychic investigators through dreams how and who and where I was actually murdered. So, there's a... Where did I put the rules? Here
You
we go.
hid them.
I did. I hid them before I should have. No, you don't. You hear a fan.
Squeak.
You hear a fan. All right, so there are a total of 4 people playing, and we're going to start on easy mode because
You're not a person.
I count, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't talk. So how can you count? See? See, you can't count. Totally can't count.
Okay, that's enough of haunting.
I like ghosts.
Oh, good for you.
But you keep on interrupting the ghost. So how do you like the ghost?
I don't know, you're not very nice to the ghost.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
I have
Okay,
to
here we
solve
go.
mystery.
Walk up to the camera.
All right, so here we have our character cards. These are not them, but these are the people that could have killed me.
Ha 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 ha.
Basically, you stop shooting the ghost. Anyways, you guys get to choose which color and person you wish to be.
Well, I think I know it should be black
I think Ben should be black too.
and purple because
It's most that's purple.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not a green.
I have red.
You also have blue.
yeah, I was thinking more blue. But you can be red.
All right,
It's
so
your character.
I want to be a girl. The blue's boy.
1, 2,
Not those
3,
ones.
4.
I keep disappearing from the camera.
Do because you're so dark and scared. All right,
You
so
blend into your background.
the whodunits are the nun.
Why do I get the nun?
You don't. I'm placing it here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
placing it in the whodunit area.
Stay.
Move your stein. Sweet little
Because
old
it's
lady,
Oktoberfest.
the keeper of keys, the sweet little old lady, the seamstress, the doctor.
What about her?
I just
He was
said
the
nun,
first one he said.
and the magician.
Oh.
One of these murdered me. Now,
It was me, I confess.
dang, I still believe it too.
Oh wait, why am I not a suspect?
Exactly.
Never mind. I'm innocent. Innocent, I tell you.
You saw it. The ghost.
I'm
2
upside
times.
down.
You're upside down?
That's 6.
Okay, apparently that's 6
Okay.
since you're upside down.
Yep. So it either happened in the kitchen,
Ooh, in the kitchen.
in the children's room, or the nursery, the gardens, the attic or the
I've seen-
woodsman house?
I've seen that attic before in ads.
Yeah, it's a common attic picture.
It's a
It's a haunted attic.
it's a common attic picture. Sorry, that just sounds. It's a common attic picture.
All right, so I was either killed. Ooh, by shears, gardening shears,
Okay, then it was not me.
the clock,
Yeah, see, not me.
a fork.
See, wasn't me.
It's all random, Lindsay.
Yeah.
A frying pan.
Oh wait, it's a Disney movie. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, looks like one.
The magician used the frying pan in the kitchen.
Or a rope.
See, the cowboy didn't do it.
Nope, cowboy didn't do it.
Except for if I was eating my steak and you came by me and
And
oh
gotta go
crap!
through
Wait a
these.
minute. Stop.
So, basically, she's not here. She's not here. She's not here. She's not here.
La di da di da.
Sorry.
La di da
And
di
then
da.
to pick out the cards, you have to get the ones that
Yep.
aren't.
And the seamstress and the nut. Because what's going to happen is each one of you has one of these people that you have to find. You don't know. In fact, I'm going to shuffle it. Okay, Ben, you're black, right?
No.
Okay, he's black. So there's his character that he needs to find. All right, Lindsay, you're red, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's the character you need to find.
And purple.
And you are purple. If you shuffle the cards while looking at them, you're not shuffling them. And there's the character you need to find.
Okay, so I need to find the nun.
Okay. And then the room.
It's okay if you should sign it. Yeah,
I didn't. We're fine. Even if it was the nun, I'm not going to
Yeah,
touch it.
yeah,
All right. So,
because it's still just random conjecture at my part.
yeah. Is that the kitchen? No, it's a larder. Aha, there's that one.
Kitchen has frying
There's
pans.
that one.
While he's pulling that up,
Yeah, go ahead and talk for a bit because it's going to.
last night was Monica's and my 15th anniversary, and we got to see her
How
stumble around like drunks. I mean,
It was
She-
scary.
went up. We did VR for the first time last night, and we'll take you guys with us one time when we do it as a group. So we went. It's an elevator that you have to actually physically walk into. Go up to the top of the skyscraper, and then you step out onto the plank. Monica really, really carefully, because you have to physically walk out onto this plank, and all you see is nothingness.
There were
Way
buildings
down around you.
Round,
And
but
so
there were tall buildings.
she got out there and she ate her donuts really, 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 really carefully. Then she knocked over the pedestal that the donuts were on.
Why am I shuffling these?
And then she started backing up. And I'm like, no. You've got to jump off the building. She's like, And I said, oh, you got to jump off the building.
That's so Ben would do it.
And I said, if you jump off the building, I will run and jump off the building. And so she goes, oh, okay. And she
The pistol.
steps off to the side carefully. And then she goes, because you fall and you're seeing everything randomly go up all around you.
Like an elevator on the outside of the building.
And you feel like you are, all of a sudden your heart goes, then your stomach goes up. So then the next one we did,
I was not murdered in a nice way.
the next one we did was saving the city from fire. So in one hand, you've got a jetpack. And in the other hand, you've got a fire hose. So you point the jetpack and you're flying from skyscraper to skyscraper. And you literally come ramming down at it. And you have to, every time Monica landed on a building, the guy that was in charge of the VR with us would go to catch her because she would literally look like she was going to fall over because she was trying to catch her balance. And then
I kind of wish I'd been there. That sounds really fun.
and then we went into the ocean and saw a whale. She was sitting, you'd stand on a shipwreck. That was Monica's favorite. You'd stand on a ship.
Looked like you had found the fire.
And you would, well, I actually had fun with my last one too. But so you would sit there and the whale would come along. And as the whale left, its tail actually moved the stuff on the ship. And you got to feel like it moved it around you. And then I did one more because I did things kind of quicker than she did. Is then I did a space shooting game. I had a shield and a gun.
Oh yeah, you loved that.
And I maybe should have done it the other way around. Because I did my shield in my right hand and my gun in my left hand. And I don't shoot left-handed because left-handed guns are more expensive. And so you're sitting there and you've got these ships flying up at you and around you. And you're trying to block them while shooting and block them while shooting. And that one was a lot of fun.
Fun has an heartless.
That might
Fun
change
has
sides.
fun.
What's that?
I got a fan set up.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
thinking maybe you and Ben should switch sides just so that way you have the fan blowing on you too.
I do.
Yeah, so does Monica. She's wearing a lot less than you are.
Oh, look. I saw that.
I see.
Gareth was looking.
Can you blame him?
Anyway.
So can you guys hear me fine from over here, even though it doesn't matter because you won't hear me talk for the rest of the game?
Yeah, they can hear you because you just heard yourself.
I did.
But he's blind.
Good. I'm glad you're blind, Gareth.
Huh? Bad, 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 bad.
I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm very happy.
Now I can take it back.
These are ones I bought.
All right. So here we go on the wild adventure of Mysterium.
Well, I still got to explain a couple more rules.
Oh,
What about
sorry.
These cards? Do these cards just sit here?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't matter anymore.
Okay.
They're those cards, and they're the leftover of
Okay.
those cards.
All right, JoJo.
So do you see here the turn counter?
It's clock.
It's a beautiful clock.
They can't see it.
Lift it up and bring it closer to them.
Oh, they can see it. I'm just teasing.
Oh, okay.
We
It's
only
still a
have
beautiful
7
clock.
turns.
You only
See?
have 7 turns.
Ha 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 ha! He agrees with me. I already admitted to it quite a few times.
Hang him by the neck until dead.
Okay.
But
And then I will come back.
That leaves
As
the
another goes.
ruins the whole game, Ben.
That ruins the whole game if I did it?
Yeah. Because then we can't solve it.
Sure you can. It's been solved.
Hang him by the neck until dead.
Then we have to play another game.
Okay, anyway, sorry, Joe. Sorry.
Okay, so basically, each one of you, as you go through your turns, you will have one of those 5 people is not the same for each one of you. So each one of you will be looking for a different person who done it. That's why I have them listed here for me, so I can make sure each one's looking for the right person. I will give you a card,
I like cards.
and on the card will be a fun picture.
Okay.
Now, you will explain what's on the picture, and you can be vague or you can be a little bit more clear, depending on how you want to, because these are dreams. I'm passing out dreams. You guys can help each other, but again, you can't show the cards to each other. You can only say. Again, you can't show the cards to each other. You can only say. I'm loud. I'm going to give a thumbs up real quick. Okay, now back to live chat. I am the Dream Weaver because I am the ghost. Dream Weaver, sexy 80s song. Okay, anyways. Oh, by the way, brown hair won today. You like in the bright light, it doesn't look as brown. Sorry about that, but I did use brown hairspray to make it darker. So it's not
golden brown.
So it's not blonde anymore. It's now golden brown, but it is brown. But I like the tricorn hat because it's fun. All right. So as I hand each turn, you guys will make a guess. So like Lindsay, who is red, will be like, I think it was her. And then Ben will be like, I think it was her.
That was me.
Well, Ben thinks it was him too. You both think it was him. Only one of you can be right, but one, And then I'll tell you either by, and I'll each person, I'll go, no, yes.
No, yes.
So, is no.
So I was wrong.
Is yes. Well, I'm not actually looking at the cards. And then if you pass, you go on to here. If you don't, then you go back here because you have to guess next turn. And then you continue all the way till you get to here. Now, when you get to the final turn, or the final up here, you'll have guessed person, place, and item.
Person, place, and thing. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll take those cards as you guess correctly. The sooner you've done it, the farther on this you will be.
But I did done it.
What? Lindsay? I've got this, okay?
It's all right, Sweet Pea.
Okay? Look at me. Am I explaining the rules?
Mm-hmm.
I got them, okay? So you will be the farthest on this. And then there's other ways to also move farther. Helping each other will make you move farther. You can also, when you've already guessed, you will then be given, so when you made it all the way to here, you'll be given your pack of colors. They will be 3 yeses and 3 nos. Basically, what that will be is you're helping the other people. You're thinking, no, well, Lindsay, I think you're correct. I think it is there. Or, after Lindsay places her, you go, no, Lindsay, I don't think it's there. And then, she can change it before the turn's over. And then you leave yours there. And then if you were correct, your marker moves up again, gaining you another spot. You only get 6. Once you're done with your 6 tries, you're done. Then these numbers will be used for the end of the game. Then when we've narrowed it down to 3 person, places, and items, and we'll have the 3 persons and places and items done, I will draw 3 cards. 1 for the person, 1 for the place, and 1 for the item. And depending on how far you got, is depending how many cards you get to see. If you made it to here, then you make your guess on the first turn. If you made it to here, you make your guess when 2 cards appear. And if you were really good and you made it all the way to 10, you make your guess when all 3 cards appear. And I can reiterate the rules again when we get to that part. So, does everyone get what we're starting on?
Yes, Japan is a country, and
And
we're calling it a peninsula not of that type.
No, it's Korea.
No, we're talking about Japan.
I know, Korea's a peninsula, Japan's an island.
Exactly, that's why I said not.
Okay. All right, so we're all on the same page. All right, so from now on, I can't talk. A special rule about me, before I stop talking,
Is he gets to ASMR us.
these 3 ravens, basically, because I'm only allowed 7 cards in my hand to pass out at dreams. If the 7 cards in my hand are crap, I get to and use up a raven, and then redraw my hand to get new cards.
No more Raven.
No, I like these.
They're cool ravens. They're
Never
helpful.
more! Never more!
Nevermore. Quotes the raven, nevermore. Ooh, I should do some Edgar Allan Poe as well.
I like Edgar Allan Poe.
I do too.
I got in trouble in kindergarten for reciting the Raven.
I don't doubt it. Yeah. It's very
Apparently,
hot.
you're not supposed to recite the Raven from memory in kindergarten as you're reading.
Huh?
It's a scary.
It's a very scary story. All right. So.
Yes, it's a game where Joe has to be quiet.
I know. Isn't this an awesome game?
No.
Let's see how this works. I give him 5 minutes in. Before that, he will actually speak. Just wait. He's going to say something.
Just ask him a question about the game.
Notice all of a sudden, he went from this is no, this is yes to. Oh. Oh. So the timer starts at 7:27. All right, let's go. What are the red cards for?
The ghost has a challenge.
All right.
This is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am.
Okay, I'm the murderer.
Then
But
Does
I'm
that
not a
mean
suspect.
You're this one in disguise?
Nope. Because I don't go into the disguise.
Oh.
Disguise is kind of funny to see Monica trip around in.
Well, but you don't have any of these items, do you? Do you have any of these items?
Well, if he was in the kitchen, he could have found the frying pan in the kitchen.
True.
Okay. So, how do we start?
With the card. So this is about the people first. Okay. And I can talk about mine, huh?
Exactly. One means no, two means yes. But he did one for her saying that that's about the people. See, they can hear your ASMRs. It echoes to the table.
Okay, so
So,
I have a floating shed.
you have a floating shed?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is.
Tell me about the shed.
It's old and floating.
Okay.
And has a little curtain blowing in it. It's an old shed.
Okay, so who do you think would live in an old shed?
I think I got two. I can figure down to two guesses. Let me move that one. Up, see, down to two.
Who would live in an
And
old
there's
shed?
Also a skull in the bottom of the picture.
Okay.
How does the skull look? Let's see.
You better answer your
Like a
knock-knock
cow
joke.
show. A cow skull.
So you'll actually be
This
talking
one
then.
has like a building in it.
That one is.
Because isn't chatting technically a form of talking?
Another building. I found two buildings.
Oh, it's a double
Two
now.
Buildings.
Yeah, this one too.
Then there's a building too. And it looks like
So one
there's
knock is no.
flags.
Two
over the
knocks is no,
buildings
no.
down.
So 3 knocks must mean no, not no.
There has to be a yes. There has to be a yes. 3 is
And
yes.
the
3
building
is
looks
yes.
like it has roots.
What?
1 beep for guilty, 2 beeps for innocent. Beep, beep.
Levitation could be magic because the house is
See,
floating.
double guilty.
The house is floating, so it could be the magician.
Come on.
Or it could be the nun.
Are you overthinking?
Probably.
Okay. So here, let me help you.
Okay.
This is my first one.
Okay.
Works. Mm-hmm. Is that yes or no? Is it no? Okay. Not that one.
Hmm. Sadness. So now the clock moves up to 2. My, how time flies when you're not having fun. Wait a minute. Like you said, I'm having psychopathic dreams. This is why you should not drink before you go to bed.
Maybe mine's the magician because that house is floating. You don't like your cards.
That raven's sick.
Lindsay, think about who
Needs
else
to
it
have
could be.
a.
What's on yours?
There's a living skeleton dog looking up at, I think it's a vampire rising out of its bed. The bed has a dog, I think, with paws and a few looking like leaves, and there's a drink and a pillow. The drink's on one side of the
Yeah, technically we can't show our cards to anybody else.
one side of the
Ha! He got it!
Pillow.
pillow's on the bed. And
What color's the pillow, Lindsay?
white.
White.
I already tried musician looking at the face. Anyway. There's 3 black bats in the sky.
See, they understood what I said that I was dressing as.
Yellow marks at the very top with yellow dots. and
Because
red squiggle on
the
top.
shadow
And then there
was a
three.
detective also.
Mhm. Detective for bat.
Exactly.
This is
I know
mine.
because I watched.
You listened.
Ben, yours.
I listened.
Holy crap, am I a psychopathic person? See, these don't make any sense then.
What do they have in common? Besides the fact that I have squiggly lines.
I have no idea.
Both of these have moons. One's full, one's half. Twisty.
Because that completely makes it different than what I was thinking.
Let's see.
However,
Explain one.
that I will go with. Because that was my second guess for the first one. Which doesn't make any sense for the second one. But possibly makes sense if you're not thinking about everything else in the picture. But one thing. This is crazy.
There's something in common, which is animals. There's animals in both.
Yeah.
That's
And you
speaking.
said they also have
I heard
they
that.
have bones.
I
or
heard that.
something.
One has bones, one does not.
Oh, see,
Well,
I got it
there's
wrong.
A doctor. You have the doctor, Lindsay. Yeah, this is a doctor.
I know.
Enough of that.
This is a nun.
So what do your 2 pictures have in common?
Animals.
What
Animals?
else?
Animals and moons.
Yeah.
Animals and moons.
One has like a vampire coming out of its grave with a dog. What's the other picture of?
There's a lion head on a statue. There's a dragon in the background with 2 lights
Oh.
by it. And then there's another light in
Kinda funny.
front.
Uh-huh.
And then by that, it kind of looks like a mammoth with a laying kangaroo on its belly with the head kind of like a giraffe. And neck kind of like a giraffe and the head like a cheetah with a skyscraper in the background too with some lights. Not like that, it's a lot taller and different. Not like that, not like that. Those are the only houses.
That one. That's like an
Animals.
eagle right there.
That's part of animals. They have
Okay.
animals.
Have you done that one yet?
No, I don't
Okay.
like that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Mom, oh wait a minute, you did a different one.
No.
Mm.
Apparently not. No. Double no. No.
Okay,
10
so
o'clock.
Ben gets this one.
Doink.
Oh, hey, can you possess me? Apparently not. You possessed the wrong person. Go away. So Monica was acting normal. Copycat.
Oh, right. So, Ben, now you have to find your location.
Oh, why'd you give me her?
Because you won. It was
She's
right.
scary, though.
It's the one you voted. The one you guessed.
The one I voted to stay away from.
And you guessed it.
Oh, okay. So now these two go away. I don't think of those dreams anymore.
I'm stuck on these 2 dreams.
Yeah, well, we know which 2 they're not for us, kiddo.
Yeah, those 2 are there. We're on these 2 down here.
No, we know we both tried this one, so it's not this one. Did we both try this one? I thought I tried her first.
Wait till your dream comes.
So
Well, we were trying to figure out which ones we hadn't tried yet.
Oh,
I tried the 2 top. I put that one away because we both tried it.
Okay.
There's still space.
Yeah, Ben, because you have to guess your location.
Oh.
Oh.
The bird, things flying, ghosts, trees.
Mom,
La-di-da-da.
trees, but I have animals and that's kind of.
See, you guys are all the agents of the shadow. You're supposed to be helping me. I'm showing you my dreams. I think that's the cemetery.
All 3 of my pictures have animals.
We have the attic, the kitchen,
I did that.
the baby's room,
Yeah.
and the shed out back.
I thought I couldn't show.
You didn't show anybody anything. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything?
No.
Oh.
But no one completed the password. Margot Lane.
So it's definitely not the two top. Which one down below has lines?
They don't quite. How sad.
What kind of lines, Sweet Pea?
Well, the first one has.
I have something for you, Margot Lane.
They all have a type of stripes. The third one I got is
The people in the house will not be
The second
suspicious
one
of you, Margot Lane.
from the lines of the cake from the lion. No, bat wings from the lion. The lion has bat wings. And then three whites and 4 blue on the very first one.
So what you're saying is it's a nun.
Stripes. Which
So what
one
you're
is-
saying is it's a nun.
Which one's a nun?
This one. See, she has the rosary. There's a little cross up here on the church. So, I have the floating house still.
Mm-hmm.
I have a house that looks like a tower with trees growing out of it.
I've been listening to the old radio shows.
And then the third one has a building with ghosts marching through it.
Huh?
Building with ghosts?
I can't hear you anyway. It's okay.
Animal? Kitten!
Oh. They don't see it.
A dotskoo.
Oh, you're
A
saying a
dotskoo's
dotskoo's out
outside.
there. That makes it even more spooky, right?
Hi,
There's a
dotskoo.
kitty.
A black kitty, so it's hard to see in the
Oh, hey, you can kind of see the outline, at least when it finishes uploading.
Hi. I almost said Alice. I
But,
almost said Alice.
You can definitely, I love the Shadow, the radio station. That is wow.
This one has lots of people in it.
They
But
have
this
them
one
on
has a
YouTube.
building, and all of mine
And
have
so I
a
listen to them
building.
while driving from place to place.
That one's building too.
Yeah, but wasn't that one? I guess that one.
Okay, is that? Or not?
You think that one?
You have a floating building.
Yes.
You have a
They
Building with trees growing out of the top,
okay.
and then the
What
next
are you
one
doing, Lindsay?
I have 2 rows of buildings, and they have like an army marching through.
A ghost. Not that one.
And
they
you've
pick
done the
his
doctor?
group. No.
Because the doctor definitely makes ghosts.
How?
Well, see, I was thinking either him because of the people, but it doesn't really go with the floating house. And so I was thinking this one because there's actually a building there.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. They have a version of the. I may have to look that up again. I have Fallout 4.
He has 4, you have 3.
Well, isn't New Vegas is
3.5.
it's between 3 and 4, but it's technically that. Okay, fine. And then I've got what other Fallout one do I have?
No, dreams don't always make
Because I've got
sense.
2. I've got New Vegas and the one just before New Vegas. But that's because PlayStation 3 doesn't have 1 and 2. And unfortunately, PlayStation 3, the 18th of this month, from what I understand, will no longer be supported on PSN, on the PlayStation Network.
What?
Well, it costs money to keep those servers up.
Yes.
And they are moving on to PlayStation 4 and the upcoming 5.
Yes.
It's kind of like why the EverQuest franchise died. Because they gave up on EverQuest Next. That's you. You got it
And
right.
Purple.
I got it right. All right, on to my next
Lindsay, go over
psychedelic
there.
dream.
We're taking the longest.
That is true. PlayStation 3 is technically
Like,
2 generations
more
old.
choices and stuff.
But I love PlayStation 3 because they had some that were backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm. And then go on the PlayStation Network and get like some PlayStation 1 games that wouldn't work on the PlayStation 3.
And then, but PlayStation 4 is not backwards compatible. And PlayStation 5 is weird. Because PlayStation 5, it looks like they're talking could be backwards compatible through emulation. Because it can do both 64 and 32. But it's kind of weird.
Lindsay, move your character.
I haven't decided.
Yeah, what's in the picture?
Talking about
And we can help.
shrooms there.
There's a bottle with kit and fist full of water.
Joe must be on the shrooms.
And there's there's a hole of light, but everywhere else is trees with cherries. And then at the hole of light, there's a little light line, to dark brown, red, and then there's a mouse wearing a blue coat.
A mouse wearing a blue coat? Where would mice be?
Attic? No, kitchen.
But in the kitchen, wouldn't they be killed?
With a knife. In the kitchen, the tails would be cut off with a farmer's knife. From the Three Blind Mice?
Okay, if you want to do that one, that works. Exactly. We're going to be streaming the PS3 and PS2 games. And
Bottle with
you can LAN play them still. And some of them you will still be able to play online. But like Destiny,
Let's look. Here you've got
I-
white.
I don't think that's going to be worth anything anymore because that server is going to be shut down.
No bottles, though.
There's a couple others.
Everything about it.
So it's going to be
Just one
more.
thing has to be similar.
However, I wonder if they're going to do the same thing that they did like when the StarCraft servers were shut down and people came in and ghosted servers and you could still use the old game. You just were able to throw in. Oh, right. Sorry. Hey, I was sitting on that. I got a fork up my.
No.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Ben.
So now what do I do?
No.
No for attic.
You're gonna help us guess our dreams.
Oh. Whoa. I don't know about this.
You have 3 yeses and 3
Okay.
no's.
I have an old door
We have an old door.
with. Oh yeah, get more.
Do I get any more psychedelic dreams? Woohoo! I got off those meds.
But we only have 2 more turns.
But Blizzard also did a little bit more because they originally, for a while, they killed their own servers on StarCraft. And so fan servers and their own servers, the only way you could play StarCraft was through LAN. And then they rolled that back a little bit because people were playing their own servers anyway. Okay. So,
Okay,
yes.
so I have a mouse wearing a helmet.
A mouse wearing a
We
helmet.
both have mouses.
I loved LAN parties. I had 10 computers
Okay.
set up so I could play StarCraft and a few other things. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's a mouse wearing a helmet surrounded by bugs.
Surrounded by bugs.
Mine's
And what's your other one?
The other one is a door with a saw, a scythe, and a rope. That's why I picked the garden shed, but it was wrong.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to
Yep.
test the places before you can place one of those.
Yep. So I know where I would think.
Hmm.
I'm thinking storage. And like that guy has a helmet, so I'm thinking maybe this one.
That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
Okay. What do you have?
You heard my first one.
Go ahead. Start with the second one.
On the ground, there's a whole bunch of whistblowers.
Oh, sunflowers. Okay.
Sunflowers after they turned into.
Right, the dandelions. Dead
Yeah.
dandelions.
Okay, and there's a big box with a ballerina and a guard thingy with a music box with a window, and the dandelion seed things are falling down from the sky. On my second one.
And what's your first one?
This one, there's a bottle with cactus in it, full of water. They actually look like cactus. And there's surrounding the bottle and the light areas, tree branches, crazy tree branches with cherries each once in a while. And then in the light, there's a line kind of like a tree line with a cherry, then two brown tree lines with another cherry. And in between, in the middle of it, there is a mouse wearing a blue jacket.
Okay.
We are no longer in those.
Okay. Go ahead and put your thing down.
Do they like music?
I don't think so.
You can move it now if you want.
Children like to hear music.
Okay. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong again.
Well, actually, you were right because you said no. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah.
See, we were thinking that it was a double Joe. A single knock is a no. 2 knocks is a double Joe. I've already shot Joe a few times, so it's okay.
He didn't like his hand again.
Shut up, bird.
And the second time the bird went.
I shot a little bit too much to the left that time. I'm gonna have to sick the cat on that bird. Because cats eat birds. So now comes the Mysterium. So is that kind of like the dust? Everything moves with the dust? Or is it the sand? The sand. That's what it is. The sands must flow. And we will all take the sand to make ourselves feel really good. Okay.
Then
Okay.
Okay, I have a skeleton with a hood holding an apple right next to an apple tree with a rope attached to a snake. There's an
Oh, okay.
apple on the ground, and there's snakes
Yep.
in the river, and a broken tree.
that's the only one I haven't tried yet.
I agree. What'd you say?
I said it's the only one I haven't tried yet.
Oh, okay. Then I agree.
And it was a chandelier with a spider.
So what the heck does that? My guessing, her guess is right too. He wants to know if we moved it the last time or not.
No.
1, 2.
Oh, Ben should be at 4.
Oh, okay. 5.
And then he had 2 turns left, so doesn't he go 6, 7? Because he did it in the 5th turn.
You're wrong? She's wrong? But you put a rope in the picture.
Yes, you did. You confused me.
It's all right. You'll get a psychedelic dream tomorrow night.
And
Yeah.
he said mine was right, huh?
Yep.
I
Okay.
go there.
So now we move forward one more on the clock.
I don't have the rope.
No.
I only have nose left. I don't like that.
Well, then you can say, no, I don't
Bad
think you're
ghost.
right.
Don't worry. My bullets are made of iron
Oh,
and salt. Rock salt.
oh! You should do iron salt. Iron chip salt.
No. Iron repels and rock salt also repels.
Yep.
The iron.
He doesn't like his hand again.
Quiet, bird!
I'll do it next time for you.
There is no next time.
Yeah.
All his
Just
birds
saying.
left.
Just
And we only have one more turn to get this right.
And I need to be able to apparently get like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, which I can't. I have no idea what those things mean.
These ones are how many cards you get for your last vision.
Why do I need another vision?
Because it's like the final thingy.
These two do not even go together.
Okay, so, Monica, what's yours?
A broom, a ship, candy, and a string in the rain.
Broom, a ship, candy, and the rain.
And there's a string. String could fit on the rope.
Yeah, because I don't see a clock, a frying pan, or shears.
No. Just because that's all I got left.
Well,
No, you're fine. That's if you want to change it, you can. But I'm just putting it down because I don't have
Lindsay,
anything else
what about
left.
yours?
Well, I told my first one.
Well,
right,
what did Joe point out in the first one?
that the tree and there's a Z that I cannot see.
Oh, okay.
Then the second one, there's trees in the background, lots of grass, a sunny day, 3 signs, a kid hit Like,
Well,
you
it's definitely
climb
not
that
not.
up, and hiking man.
Well, what would you do with trees?
Both got trees.
What do you do with
He is
trees?
definitely a vengeful spirit.
Okay.
You said it's definitely not this. Though.
No,
Well,
no.
that's
What did I
Daddy.
say? It is not that one.
Because all he has left are nose.
So if it is not that one, so can I put 2 no's on there to be it not that one? Go
He
ahead.
said yes.
Well, both of you guys, I think, are not right. So go ahead.
Yeah, you'll be
Well,
not right on
You're
Lindsay's.
both not right, so it doesn't matter whichever.
Okay.
You're right. See, you're not right, and you're not right. So now we're the last turn.
Mm-hmm.
We're only at 1. Oh, now okay, we're at 2.
Because I was not right.
We're done with the visions. I
No, we're not.
No.
I have no idea why we need more visions now. Oh yeah.
Because
Right. 1.
one out of these 3.
1 out of these.
Oh, only 1 is actually correct? What the
Yes. And
crazy
this-
twist is this?
And this pen tells you how many cards we get. So Lindsay and I can only look at 1 before we make our guess. You get to look at all 3 before you make your guess.
What the crazy mixed up world is this? We were all drinking a little bit too much of the sand. I mean, the Mysterium here.
Actually, we're drinking too much of the wine.
No, why do you think his drink is brown? It's liquid sand.
So the
Has anyone ever seen
what is
Dune?
sand?
Red
What is
Dune?
sand? The red.
No. See, the world,
Sand what?
the world is made up of sand,
I know sand.
and the sand is actually very, very addictive,
Is that
and it means that you physically end up wanting it, needing it. I like ASL because a double negative doesn't make a positive, but increases the negative. It depends on, because of how I said it. It wouldn't. Because I said it is not correct. So I actually put that pause in there, which wouldn't increase the negative, but would
minus it down?
well, because of the power they gave, I thought all the sand was addictive, but they were all more addictive than others.
It's the Radigan.
What the crap?
And again,
That's off of the person?
let's use these instead.
Yeah.
Rat.
There's
That?
Oh,
oh,
it's counting.
but nobody has the magician.
No. It'd be the one who looks like the mouse.
None of them have a white coat.
So that's if we're putting our guy on one or whatever.
Well, we're guessing
Oh,
these guys.
Okay.
No, you don't guess yet, Ben. You get all 3.
Oh, sorry. Forgive me.
Lindsay and me have to pick.
I thought that the red sand was the most addictive, but the sands were all kind of addictive because they all kind of gave you different things that made you want to do other things, that gave you more power. That
slate or something.
so that was my thought of it. I know Emily read more of the books.
Oh, that does look kind of like a fort.
I looked at the picture close up.
There's also a person in a dress right there in the background. Right there.
Kind of looks like C's wearing a dress. It's black dress, and C has black on.
You think that one?
I'm keeping on that one.
I think that one too. Okay, now Ben gets to look at his too. Grass.
What the crap,
Oh.
Rui?
That one could be the kitchen.
And there's a P.
Oh,
Oh, this one was for the person. This one's for the location, and this one's for what it used.
oh. Well,
So
then your
that
guys
one
are
was a
correct.
person.
The biggest problem is you can't take the cards literally. The problem is I've only got 7 cards in my hand to choose from.
Huh?
And I'm trying to pick a card that's closest to it. So that's the biggest problem. But
We did it!
everyone even guessed right.
I thought
Problem is I kept trying to play off of her being a seamstress.
I know. I saw the apple
The
thing at
pin
the end.
cushion, and the problem is also, especially when we ran into here, like it could have been used for. That's why you got the hanging stuff, the hanging tools, because you were both at this point. And kitchen, I had to give it to Ben because I was the closest to, and yeah.
Yeah.
I thought because of the key it would be her.
Well, this is this part,
Yeah.
so
That's
you already
this
did the
part.
person.
I know.
But yeah, I kept giving you buildings because she's the key mistress. She's in charge
Oh,
of. She's
but
the lady of
goes
the
to
doors.
building.
So I kept trying to hand you that. I kept giving her church-based pictures, cathedral gargoyles, a church in the background. That lion that you kept saying, it wasn't a lion; it's a gargoyle on the side of.
Oh.
I kept trying to give you church-based.
Okay,
images.
so that was one of mine.
Yep, that's the seamstress.
That was one of mine.
So this is
So
the
those
seamstress.
are the two for the seamstress. That was the
This was
cemetery.
later on. Yeah, that was the garden.
This one was Monica's.
A building. A
Monica's.
building
Yeah.
with doors.
Monica's for that one too.
More doors.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That one was
Mine.
Lindsay's.
This was the cathedral with gargoyles on it. This was the best I had for a church building. And this was in a church graveyard.
Okay,
thought
so
it was a lion
Yeah,
with bat wings.
Yeah, a gargoyle, a lion with bat wings. Notice how it's at the edge of a cathedral where the
All right,
water will
so-
come out.
show them
Okay.
those three
So this is what I tried to give Lindsay
for this person.
and I'm even going to put them in the order that I gave them to her.
Okay.
Starting from how well can you see it?
Yeah, they can see it fine.
Okay, starting from this to this for the nun.
And I eventually got it.
She eventually got it, yeah.
She says that's not. He says that's not a gargoyle, Joe.
That is
Oh
true.
well.
Look at
Okay.
that.
So now this is what Monica had to go off of.
All right, let me put them in order again of how I gave them to her. So starting from here to here for the key mistress,
Building with doors.
the old lady in charge of keys. Which is why I tried to cover her in doors.
Okay. Then I guess we'll do mine.
Yeah, you picked pretty quickly.
But it's because it
No,
was.
that one wasn't involved in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I only had the two. That's because at first it was either her or the one with the knitting needles.
Which was the older woman that she got.
And so that's why I was like, well, it's one of these two.
And also part of the problem is I only got 7 cards to choose.
Yep.
And
So
I gotta
then-
pick what's best for which one.
I did this.
So I gave him this card for the garden.
Backing up a little. There you go.
So I think I did good.
Yeah, got it
And
right.
then-
So that one was pretty easy.
Then you
Yeah.
handed me these 3 in this order for this one.
And again, I only had what I could go off of, and I had to choose who it went to and at what time it went to. But I tried to go with hanging tools, and then I thought a mouse on cheese, and all I had left was that one. That's when I said I'm sorry,
That.
basically. But that was basically for the kitchen.
Okay. So those are yours?
No, this one
Back
was
up a little
mine.
bit.
Okay.
So that was
Oh.
for the kitchen. That was
Okay,
for
so now
the guest
we're on
kitchen.
Lindsay's.
All right, and then with Lindsay, I gave this one, and then this one. Basically, I was going for Kitty Fanciful Dreams because it's the nursery. So see, I gave her the one with
There
the,
you go.
the cherry blossoms
Up a
and
little.
the kitties in the water
Up a
and
little.
the happy mouse playing in the field. And
Ah,
then,
so it was a field. I thought it was light.
well, whether or not it was light, it was a mouse in a kid's jacket playing around. So
And
I
she-
thought nursery. She finally connected it at the end, the mouse and the dancing. But and then I went for the Nutcracker Ballet for the nursery for children for fanciful children stuff was basically what I was trying to go for. And she finally ended up getting it.
Okay.
These 2 are mine.
And now we're on the weapon of choice.
This one first. All right, so for Ben,
I don't get the Z in this one and this.
give me a
What
second.
makes
I'll
sense?
explain what I was thinking.
Up.
So
Up.
that was
Up.
for Ben.
Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. All around. Okay.
I got
Now,
this one.
Gets me in the mood.
for food.
Oh,
Okay.
that.
And then for her, I gave her string in the background. And yeah,
I helped you with that one.
yep, Lindsay got that one pretty quick.
I need to get that closer to show him string. Closer.
Do you see the string?
There-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I look at that one? Oh, yeah. Is even the thing. Oh, kite string.
Yeah.
But, no. There you go. All right. And then this is the order. How's that?
Good.
That I gave her for the garden shears.
Oh,
Now, do you get it, Lindsay?
you see a tree.
Yep,
Yes.
the trees.
Trees and trees and trees need trimmed.
That's how come you kept giving me trees.
And then for the last choice, when we were down the last 3, we had the seamstress. So I gave them a mouse in a coat with fancy dress party before the
There you go.
seamstress. And then for the place of the seamstress, which was the garden, that's not the garden, I gave them,
And it was
make sure it's not upside down,
so
a
no.
literal garden.
hand the stuff up.
Now hand them to me.
You get the fork.
No, the fork is
The fork was the, hand me
was
those
the
3.
problem.
I just handed you those 3 because that's what it was.
Yeah, that was the final ending.
So I handed them, the rat in the coat with the dress and the fancy dress party for the seamstress because a lot of it is just what I had. I was out of crows by the end. For the garden, I gave them a garden.
That's not a garden. That's a cemetery.
No, this is actually a garden. If you look, it's indoors. See, look,
Exactly.
it's indoors.
Exactly. Don't you put your dead indoors? It's called crypt.
That's underground.
No, not necessarily.
That's a mausoleum.
Not necessarily.
No, mausoleums are above, crypts are below.
So, what if I want to build my crypt above ground?
Then it's a mausoleum.
Well, not unless I don't call it that.
Well,
I'll
then
say
you're
the
calling it
crypt
wrong.
up above ground.
Well, then you're calling it wrong, but it's the crypt ball is a mausoleum. It's
Yeah,
mausoleum
exactly,
named
yeah.
crypt, but it's
Yeah.
still a mausoleum.
I didn't say it
Just
wasn't.
like
I
if
just
you
said
put
I
a
named it.
mausoleum underground and named it the crypt, it's still
It worked. Okay, sorry.
You tripped me up. Happy now. So for the fork, I gave them food
Because you eat.
with a fork.
Yep, eat with the fork.
So that is the game Mysterium, and it is much harder, I think, for the dang ghost than it is for anyone else. Not only can you not talk,
You have to think.
You have to think, what best will these people guess with?
It's like apples to apples. You have to figure out what the person is gonna like.
Exactly. Or what the person will probably attach to.
I want to be the ghost
Careful,
next time.
careful.
We'll see, but please don't. Thank you.
I was trying to do it.
Yeah, but you were making it worse.
So, what did you all think of the Mysterium? The Mysterioso?
Oh, and comment what color down below after the live stream. Comment what color
What color?
for
What
the next
color?
live stream. What color for the next live stream?
So, what color for the next live stream?
I hope it will be fire.
Okay,
Wait,
so
wait.
we'll light the.
So,
place
you
on
have
fire.
to finish what you were saying.
Comment down below for our next live stream what you want Joe's hair to be.
There
Yeah,
you
Because you
go.
were just saying what color.
I'd like it to be fire.
I forgot Frank here.
So, we will also put this voted on Patreon so that you guys can go to Patreon and see if we want to play them again,
Oh, okay.
or if you want us to not play this one
Basically,
again.
At the end, instead of just pointing to the 3, I can put a number to them. and
There
then
you go.
just guess by what
Well,
they-
actually, if you look at one of our Forge videos, it says that if we hit a certain number of likes or views, he would set his beard on fire. So you'll have to find that video and try to put like a bajillion likes on it.
So that way I'll light my beard on fire.
And these ones.
I don't remember exactly which one it was.
Better get hunting. It's one on Hitchcock Handyman. It's not one of the ones that I recorded and put on the masks. I know exactly which one it is, but
Okay.
I thought it was one we put on Hitchcock Handyman.
it is. That's what I just said.
Okay.
It's not one that I put on Joeofthemasks. It's one I put on Hitchcock Handyman. Because I put quite a few of them on.
So these ones are the ghost cards.
Yeah,
Where are
they're-
the numbers?
The numbers aren't on the ghost cards. Numbers on the back of these that line up with these.
Okay, because it said like one of the things I read. It said that these have numbers that match these, and give the numbers that match the ghost.
Because if you notice here,
Oh, it was.
this
the
is how I
ghost.
kept track of who was looking for what.
Okay, and so that's what those matching numbers.
That's
are
what those
for?
matching numbers were for. Because the numbers on the
Okay.
back of this match the numbers of these.
And so then you had the cards that we could have instead of different ones that we didn't even have.
So that way I could keep track of who was looking for what.
He's got it. Thank you,
Well,
Doc.
your hands are wet.
Your hands are wet after you come out of the bathroom.
I washed it. That's
Did you
easy.
dry them?
And then here's the little
I put
folder,
Obviously you didn't dry them if they're still wet.
which apparently is what you could put the cards in.
Basically, another way of playing it is I put those numbers there, and you guys, instead of telling each other, you take your number, I think it was number 5, put it in your character thing and hand it to me.
Oh, to make it a little bit harder instead of
To
talking.
make it a little bit harder instead of talking with each other and finding out who done it that way. Yeah, much harder.
Thank you for not doing it that way.
Well, we were playing easy mode.
Yes.
That being
That's-
level
And
with
apparently in
hard.
easy mode, you can have a raven at return.
Yeah, but I prefer the only 3 ravens. Can't make the game too easy.
I know.
I know, because then I might have ended up with more points.
Especially since a raven every turn.
Yeah.
Especially
That
since
kills a lot of the hard part of the game.
I'm the shadow.
When
Who
you
did it?
got to shoot.
I'm a ghost. I'm
Yeah,
already
she
dead.
made you a ghost.
I'm already easy ghost. See, I don't even have a bleeding thing anymore.
No,
Yeah, you
it's
do.
on your shoulder.
Exactly. Oh, she shot me in the shoulder.
Yep.
Well, I guess we gotta hang Lindsay.
Disappear.
Disapperio?
I guess we gotta hang Lindsay. Let me
All
find
right.
out.
The sun is still shining, Gareth says. I don't know how it is.
It's not still shining. It's the fact that he was awake through the night again.
No, because it's got to be, it's like 3 a.m. there?
No, not quite 3 a.m. It's 7 hours ahead.
So the sun can't be shining where he is.
Oh, what time would it be? I don't know what time it is.
It'd be 3 a.m.
Sun's not shining, guys. You drunkard.
All right, Lindsay, say goodnight to everyone.
Come here, Lindsay. You gotta hug
He
me.
said it was a quick
Put my gun
stream
down.
this week.
I gotta hug you. You shot me to death. I gotta hug you.
All right.
He says it's
I'm ready to give you a hug now.
3:22.
Hug me.
See? I was right. It's 3:22.
Yeah, the sun should hug everyone else.
So the sun is
Oh, you like
shining.
The only problem is the hairspray is a hair gel, so it makes my hair hard.
All right. Good night.
How did you guys like my prop?
Shadow.
Huh?
Night
My
shadow.
bullet wound?
Night shadow.
Good night.
Ah.
Night
Huh?
You can go to bed, Kay. And
Or-
he's over there.
Like I
And
the
he's
the
over
fun
there.
thing is that next week I get to
Take
find
my
out another costume
I can't.
to wear for next Tuesday.
Can you please get
And
the-
hopefully you guys have been listening to our
What's
Scary
the
story.
Spooky
screen
series.
and the phone?
Yeah. The live stream did not work because our internet.
no, it wasn't the internet.
Oh, you sure? Because it told me internet dropped.
I'm totally sure it was your computer
It told me
because
internet
I
dropped.
did not start watching Netflix and then realize that you were live streaming because I was having a lot of trouble trying to watch Netflix.
And then suddenly you didn't because I stopped live streaming.
And so I gave up on watching Netflix
Just as I gave up on the
and
live
went
stream.
to YouTube and saw a new video populated of a live stream from Joe. So it was kind of, it was funny.
That is hilarious. That is very hilarious to me. Hey, you're going to bed now, Ethan. Come on. Scoop.
Oh, this is correct.
What?
That's what they did in the movie.
What?
Sorry, I haven't seen that movie in a
The
long
code? Yeah,
No,
time.
I saw the code. The sun is shining,
But the ice is slippery.
the ice is slippery. Yeah.
That's true. I haven't seen that movie.
That's why I tried to hey Ben, scroll up because I figured you would see it.
Oh.
Well, I kept on seeing him say the sun is shining and the password for
it
the
just
agents.
Well, that's even
But-
the password in the radio show.
Right, but he doesn't use it very often in the
No, he
radio
doesn't
show.
use very many agents in the radio show.
Because he
He's much
usually
more
takes
man of
with,
science.
well, and he usually takes Margot Lane with him.
Yeah.
Which Margot Lane he doesn't use the password for
Because she knows
because
she's married to
she
him.
knows everything.
I actually I like both the TV show and the radio show for very different reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the radio show is trying to be much more science, even though it's pseudoscience, it's still much more
Well,
sciencey.
He took
He was just
the Shadow is a man of science,
Mhm.
and he went to all these different cultures to learn their
Hypnosis,
hidden
and
sciences.
stuff like that.
to
And
be
then
able
in
to-
the movie, it was much more magical.
But it was still the brain that had
it
to
was
do
the
it.
brain, but it was
And
the
it
brain.
was
You
a
had to work for it.
science that you had to learn.
Yeah, it was. Anyone could learn it. Some
But
people were born better with it, like Genghis Khan. But
yeah.
but it was much more magic in the movie. There was
Right.
a lot more. And then the radio program, he disproves magic left and right. Like I liked both of them. They're
Right,
good
but for different
iterations,
reasons.
But they're different. Yeah, they are. They're different beasts. But yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That's
going
true.
on my props tonight.
It did have people shooting bullets out of the air.
That was kind of cool. But yeah, I like my blood stain. I built it like a minute before we started because I'm like, hey, I've got a white shirt. I got a bunch of white cloth around.
Which I have actually seen people shoot bullets out of the air.
Yeah, I have to. It can be done. It's hard, but you can do it.
Of course, it was machines shooting the guns at each other so that people
that
were in
one?
danger,
Yeah, that one was terrifying.
but they were still shooting the bullets out of the air.
Robot marksmen are terrifying,
But-
especially because they don't just shoot it where you are; they shoot it where you are calculated to be.
Yeah, right.
Which is why their kill shot their kill shot is 100% because they. Yeah, no, it's terrifying. Robots with guns are terrifying. Oh, I'm on my ginger
Joe
beer.
made us dinner, but I forgot about it.
We never ate dinner. You should pull some out because I'm hungry.
Wow.
I'm hungry.
Well, it's right there.
Oh.
Flit. We float. We simply fly away.
Yeah, I made some. You want some, Ben?
I don't know.
And we have enough.
I have
steak.
this stupid friggin' headache
I do too.
that's going on 3.5 to 4 weeks.
I wonder if part of it is the tension about the house.
Do you guys know the difference between a gargoyle and a grotesque?
Yes.
The country in which they are located. That's part of it.
Gargoyle water comes out of grotesques don't.
What's part of it too? I love how Monica just sticks her hands in there.
Yeah.
It's so horrible.
Touching everyone's food.
I didn't touch everyone's food. I just touched my wrap.
Yep. Grotesques are purely decorative. Gargoyles pour water out.
They also come to life when above the clouds.
According to a Scottish myth. So a rich man bought them and put the castle on a skyscraper.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show.
Lindsay liked the Gargoyles show too.
Oh, awesome.
I hope you get it.
Hmm?
He's applying to become a stonemason like his dad.
Mmm. Then we have pumpkin bread muffins.
Which is one of the reasons why Gaz knows so much about castles and building. Yeah.
Because he's not in America, he didn't get it. Because he's not in America.
Is that why you didn't get it?
No. Actually, no comment. We would have said he's overqualified.
They would have, yeah.
They would have said, you know about fixing castles. Huh. Where's the castle?
America doesn't have any castles.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
We got
Coral
a couple.
Castle. But most people don't know how to fix Coral Castle.
Oh, Coral Castle at Gareth would have even had trouble fixing, I'm assuming. Do you know about Coral Castle? It's one you should look up.
It's one that I really want to go
But-
and visit.
There are castles that Americans have paid for them to be disassembled and reassembled in America.
True. And some people have even built castles out of scrap, but that's one thing I kind of want to do. So how do you think of the sweet and sour? Not my favorite.
That's not bad.
No.
It was store-bought sweet and sour because we both lost our recipes. Emily and Dad went and saw Edinburgh Castle. I really want to go as well. Isn't Stirling Castle one of the places where William Wallace actually won a battle? Pretty sure Stirling Castle has to do with that.
No. Shoot.
Oh, Stirling Bridge. Okay. Isn't that also where I just forgot his name. The original rebel leader died at Sterling Bridge, and that's where William Wallace took over.
I'm going to jump ahead in time, but I want to go see where they built all those tunnels underneath the city.
Which one? Chicago?
No, World War II, over in not Germany, but I want to say close to there,
France?
where the town is now built on there, and they're finding more and more tunnels. Even
I think it's in France. And I actually think that's a World War I battlefield that they built. It was a trench complex that slowly got deeper and deeper and deeper. The Hill 42 or something, where they actually had this massive sapping battle where the two tunnels.
right, and then in World War II they used it again,
Yeah, because World War II, a lot of battlefields.
and that's why it got bigger.
Even bigger.
And no one knows precisely how deep and where and everything else.
No,
But
no one has any idea. Okay, so it was D. Moray that died at Sterling. Okay. I knew someone died at Sterling Bridge. Well, a lot more someone's died. A lot of people died at Sterling Bridge.
no, only one.
Okay, only one person died. Wow, that's a great battle.
No, because C. DeMore didn't die there.
So who died? You can eat more, Monica. You look like you're sitting there going, I want to. Yeah, the English field commander was the only one that died. That means you won, right?
Totally. 'Cause that's who they were fighting, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, gee.
I could believe that of William Wallace.
Mhm.
He was trying to build a legend about himself.
Well, how do you make men fear you?
Or you stab and kill and well, let's go.
No, you go, freedom!
Yeah, I was trying to do the whole song. Don't have a beard. Let's go this shit.
Apparently, Gareth doesn't like Wallace.
Oh no, he doesn't like William
Of course.
Wallace. Because he actually knows about William Wallace. I mean, who would like a robot pretending to be one of your greatest military leaders? I wouldn't. The man shot lightning from his eyes and fireballs from his arse. That sounds like a robot to me. He was probably made in Japan.
You know what I will under my kilt?
Ugh.
Another kilt.
I think it'd be kind of fun if someone did a manga of the Scottish Rebellion as Mecca. That'd be fun. Then again, redoing any historical thing with mechas is fun.
The Last Airbender? They're redoing.
Yeah, the new live action movie.
No, live action series. Netflix is doing a live action series with the original writers, artists, and
see,
whatchamacallit,
the only reason I think Netflix won't ruin it is because it's not an actual anime. Netflix has ruined every single anime that has turned to live action. Airbender is not an anime. I think it will be just fine. It wasn't made in Japan. Yeah, that's exactly like William Wallace.
But they say, yeah, it's supposed to be coming out about 2020 is what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Like, they grab too much, man.
I was trying to knock some of it off, and then I was like, well, fine, then I'll eat some of it off. And
And
then
it didn't work.
No.
Especially since, like, I'm an Airbender fan, but I'm not a Blue. I like the movie. I like Patton. He was as great as, well, yeah, but I like Patton. Patton was needed for the Americans. Apparently, I'm not allowed to like Patton. Was Patton
On a totally different story,
Okay.
I heard someone who I semi agree with about EverQuest, the fall of EverQuest. He basically said, because EverQuest was the first MMORPG of its scale. EverQuest was the first. There were a few that were non-graphic MMORPGs.
Yeah, there was. It was the first MMORPG where your character, you could see
And
your character.
EverQuest took leaps and bounds above where it thought anything could be possible. Within the first, 2 years, 3 years, they had over 500,000 subscribers. And that was thought never possible.
No server could hold it.
Well, they proved that no server could hold it because they had to keep splitting servers. But, so then there were rumors of WoW coming out, World of Warcraft, after 5 years? 5 or 6 years after EverQuest came out. So the rumors of WoW came out, and that's when all of a sudden they started building EverQuest 2 to try to compete with WoW, which what I think they should have done is they should have just upgraded EverQuest instead of stupefying EverQuest.
Oh, I agree.
Because the main difference between, we'll step back and go, the main difference between WoW and EverQuest. WoW is simplistic.
Very.
WoW has simplistic art, has simplistic action, has simplistic attacks.
Simplistic plot and simplistic
And
control.
you can literally pull out an arrow and point to where you have to go sometimes in WoW. In EverQuest, they took the complete opposite of that, and they wanted, it was the person that had to really, really, really think and really get in depth with the whole new world.
Each one of your spells, I had to run from one side of the realm to the other just to get my level 1 spells.
Well, especially even to then learn the different types and where they came from and get the quests so that you didn't have to pay for them is what we were doing.
Even the ones we had to pay for.
And then,
we weren't a single person.
No. So then we went.
Expensive anyway.
It was an immersive world. Norath was.
Oh yeah, no, it was very immersive.
And then
I loved it.
EverQuest 2 comes out, and EverQuest 2 is very, 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 very simplistic.
I didn't like it. It's even more simplistic than WoW.
And so they did really good graphics because the graphics are a lot better in EverQuest 2 than they are in WoW, or were in WoW at the time.
The new WoW one I liked a lot.
And so, but it was so much more simplistic that when 200,000 people went from EverQuest 1 to EverQuest 2,
it just wasn't the fun game.
You didn't have the immersive quests. You didn't have the
everything was
hours long that you had to go through this. It literally said, go talk to this person, click on this and do that. Then when EverQuest 2 came out doing that, they started rolling back EverQuest 1 to doing that. So you had the tutorial that you could log into, and it would literally show you the path where you needed to go. to the next quest person.
Mhm.
And then you would get out in the real world and it would literally show you the path to the next person. So then
hand-holding to a massive degree.
So they still had, they lost a lot, but they stayed around 250, 300, sometimes peaking at 400 subscribers.
Yeah, it is basically going from Morrowind to Skyrim.
Yeah.
The jump
Yeah.
from EQ1 to EQ2.
Not even quite, because Skyrim still has complexity
Yes,
to
but
it.
look at the complexity of Morrowind.
Yes,
With
but I would even go further than Skyrim.
so it's basically like the new one coming out.
Yes, okay. So then,
or it's like Fallout 1 versus Fallout 76.
so now here comes their big
Goodbye
demise,
plot, goodbye everything, goodbye
Because-
NPCs, goodbye RPG.
though. EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2 still have a big following at this point. And WoW is building up a huge following.
Yeah, it started.
They hit 1.5 million subscribers.
Mhm.
To EverQuest's, at the time, total was 750,000 subscribers. So EverQuest, in order,
it's
to
like
become-
Morrowind into Elder Scrolls Blades.
that's true. So in order to become relevant, EverQuest starts working on EverQuest Next,
such a good idea.
which they show a couple of ideas. They show some storylines. They show how it's going to be an immersive quest game again. And they show some beautiful little
The
sketches
art
of
is
people.
beautiful.
And then they end up getting bought out by Sony. And Sony merges all these games onto one platform-ish. And then throws out, what was it called? The World Creator Game. Which
World Builder.
was, no, that's not what it was actually
Oh.
called. But it was stupid because all you would do is you'd go in, it was essentially easy Minecraft with awesome graphics.
Mhm.
So you would then take and you would build your world and nothing happened to it. People could see your world, but they couldn't do anything to your
They
world.
couldn't interact it. They couldn't attack it. They couldn't.
And so you would,
And the whole point.
and supposedly that was the engine that they were using to build EverQuest Next with, which was a beautiful engine. I mean, it made it really easy for someone that didn't know anything about computers could build an awesome, immersive world by sitting down and playing with it. And the EverQuest writers had access to Joe's world if he built it, or my world if I built it. And then, so they started doing it, and building this up. And then, like I said, and then they split off of Sony again. And they said, EverQuest Next is coming out. This is 2015, 2016.
Yeah, a while ago.
They're like, EverQuest Next is coming out. Look at this. We've got a couple more things. I don't want to show you really anything more than here's a couple of screenshots of what we've got going on. Then 2016, 2017 hits, and they say, we've decided that we are no longer moving forward with EverQuest Next because it wouldn't do justice to the original EverQuest. So we are scrapping it, and maybe someday in the future, someone will pick up the EverQuest franchise again.
I know, it was a very horrible way they ended it.
And you're like, well, wait a
It's like,
minute.
thank you for all your money, fans. Goodbye.
How is it not doing justice?
Because they from the story that I've heard, they pretty much went away from quests and just into a full immersive world, but there was no points anymore to anything.
There was no leveling up.
And they didn't have people, they didn't have,
You just had a very immersive world with
and there was nothing to it.
Okay.
no NPCs,
And
no
so-
plot, no story, just it was
And
Minecraft.
so what I think,
to make a story with it.
all right, what I think EverQuest should have done, I was going to have a couple more, but just
Leave it
right
at that.
there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But so what I think EverQuest should have done in order to stay valid, because at this point EverQuest has 500,000 subscribers. So we're going back to EverQuest when it was at its peak.
Yeah, basically,
And then-
it's like Fallout 76.
Right.
Basically,
So
that's exactly
then-
what happened.
Well, it's even worse than that because Fallout 76 you can go out and fight,
Yeah,
but you can't even in that. So I mean,
yeah, that's true.
that's why I said it's a little less than.
It's like
so.
Fallout 76 with no fire. It's basically it's kind of what they did to the Fallout franchise with 76. Now I can only throw so much hate because 76 technically isn't out yet, but from what they've shown us, I'm throwing tons of hate because like this isn't Fallout. You took a role playing game and turned it into a shooter.
Back to EverQuest.
No one cares about
I loved EverQuest.
You're the only one.
See, I was the original EverQuest player. I
You were.
played when it came out.
He had also
So-
all the little tiny. He has tons of the Pewter tokens that
And
from the original.
well, I've got every
limited,
single one.
Yeah. Every single
But
limited edition box of a Pewter token that like the first 100 that has every single one of them.
so when they were at 500,000 subscribers, what they should have done instead of branching off into EverQuest and EverQuest 2
They should have just made EverQuest. They should have done like what WoW did.
is they should have created what they started doing later on when they found out that EverQuest 2 wasn't doing very good is they started creating more large immersive worlds for EverQuest. They opened up these corridors where you could go underground. They opened up the moon. They opened up different things like that. But they shouldn't have been trying to appease to those on WoW because they were two separate things. You'd have your immersive huge quests,
The MG42 is available in Fallout 76.
and then I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're right. That doesn't
But
make sense.
so then you'd have these huge immersive long quests, these big grandiose ideas, the upgrading of the graphics, the everything working towards that and keeping the 500,000 subscribers. Because what's interesting is, yes, WoW sold over 500,000 copies the day it came out. However, EverQuest 2 came out 2 days after WoW, and that's when EverQuest 1 lost some of its subscribers.
Yeah.
The EverQuest 1 subscribers didn't move towards
They
WoW.
may have bought
They
WoW,
played
but
both.
They may have bought WoW, but they didn't start their EQ game.
It's kind of like me. I kept EQ1. I played WoW, and then I went,
I prefer
it's
EQ.
fun, but I don't feel as
Immersed.
it's a whole new world. Because when WoW came out, it wasn't a whole new world.
No, it looked a lot like our world.
It was
It wasn't
a
until
lot of ideas.
It wasn't even until like the expansions that you started getting into the fiery hellscape.
Well, that's what they built a little, built a little, built a little, built a little, built a little.
Yeah, no, they expanded, but the original WoW was very much this looks like Earth. This
And
looks
that-
like medieval England.
Norath, they built a globe.
Mhm.
And it was a huge immersive globe. And you had to go here to meet the barbarians, or here for the orcs,
And
or
they
here for the
slowly
wood
even
elves.
expand because it was still the globe, but they slowly expanded
But-
what was explored.
You would find an island between these two continents.
Yeah.
That made perfect sense.
Mhm.
Or you would all of a sudden be able to go to the Khajiits up north. And all of a sudden, they were in the moon down also. But-
I thought the lizardmen were on the moon.
They were part of them, the Khajiits and the lizards. No, lizards were in the swamp.
You're right, lizards were in a swamp.
But anyway, so
oh yeah, it was
when
the
they
lion and the
they
Khajiits,
started expanding their world after they started realizing that EverQuest 2 wasn't doing very good, but they dumbed down EverQuest 1. And they did it more
yeah, it's like,
and more
oh,
and more.
EQ2 is not doing it so well. Maybe we should make EQ1 more like EQ2. It's like, wait,
And so
this one's doing well. This one's not doing well. So let's take the one that's doing well and make it more like the one that's not doing well.
that's why I
exactly
think
what they did.
That's what I actually think happened with EverQuest.
Oh yeah, no, it dumbed down.
Is they dumbed it down, and so the people that were like me that would beg to have 2 days off together so that I could quest for my epic armor.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, basically that's like, and the sad thing is it's happening with just about every franchise now. Elder Scrolls, look at the old Elder Scrolls,
EverQuest,
you can follow them down.
You had to group. You had to make a group. You had to come out and talk to other people. You had to actually interact with them. You had to actually...
Like, WoW has a random solo queue, which...
Oh.
It's like, oh, I don't actually have to interact with other human beings. I just hit the random solo queue, and it puts me in. I act like a tank. I don't even have to, like basically solo queue. If you're the tank, you blame the healer. If you're the healer, you blame the tank. And if you're the ADC, you just blame everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically solo queue. But yeah, no. Like, if you look at just about every
But we didn't have the
game
time.
now, you look at Fallout.
That's why I did the
Fallout 1. I think Fallout 2 was better than Fallout 1 just because of how much Fallout... Well, Fallout 2 got a better engine. It was still the Fallout 1 stuff in the world, but it had a much better engine. And so Fallout 2 was really good. Now, you had a couple other games... Now, technically, Fallout 3 is Fallout 5 or 6, technically, because you had the Brotherhood of Steel, you had Steel Legion, you had, a few games in between, but they were considered branch games, so they weren't the real storyline. Well, and they weren't considered non-real storyline until Fallout 3 came out. Like, they were considered real storyline, and then Fallout 3 came out and said, no, those are branches. And everyone's like, oh, okay. Yes, Fallout 2's sense of humor was hilarious. I loved it. It's still the only game that I can become a male porn star. Anyway, and so then you had Fallout 3, which Fallout 3 I loved for its story was pretty good. I didn't like the ending, but it was still a really good story. Now, Fallout New Vegas was awesome. The only problem with Fallout New Vegas is you had to go down south and up north. And the same sense of humor was brought back for Fallout New Vegas. But then again, look who did Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian. Look who did the other ones. Obsidian. Bethesda, I think Bethesda is a game killer, truth be told. Because then you look at Fallout 4. Now, Fallout 4 is fun. I will not deny that. I love its gameplay, and I love the fact that you can build settlements. Its storyline is stupid.
But see, I thought you would have started talking about how we leveled you up in EverQuest.
Oh, that was really fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish the Fallout stupid storyline. We'll do EverQuest, and then I want to do the Elder Scrolls stupid storyline. Yeah, New Vegas was hilarious, and then Fallout 4, the gameplay's fun, but the storylines are crap, truth be told, and even the characters, when you first meet the new NPCs that are your party members, I hated them. It took several quests.
Oh, it's bedtime.
Yeah. It took several quests into talking with the NPCs to get me to like them.
Get the bed ready or whatever, too.
And then, I finally liked them. Probably because I invested so much time in them. It's
We won't
probably
be
why I
too much
started
longer.
liking them.
Now we need to do the escape rooms this month.
Yeah, Escape Room is going to be one of the games we do. And then Fallout 76, from everything they're showing us, there are no NPCs. There's no role-playing. All you do is you build a settlement, and it's not even a real settlement. You build an outpost, and then you get attacked. And that's the game. It's Fortnite. They built Fallout Fortnite.
Which is actually going to be cross-platform playable.
Yeah, Fortnite is cross-up.
No.
The Fallout?
Fortnite
Yeah.
is not only going to be...
Fortnite's about to be cross-night.
It's going to be, you can take your character with you depending on, it doesn't matter what you play it on.
Yeah, I know. It's just you have a Fortnite profile. And that Fortnite profile is what you carry around. And that's fine. So anyway, that's the EQ story now that I finished off how the dumbing down of Fallout, and it is a dumbing down. It is a dumbing down. It's not just nostalgia. It's a dumbing down.
Almost what every single game is doing now.
Yeah, like Elder Scrolls. Skyrim is a good standalone game. It's just like Fallout 4 is a good standalone game. But when you put it in the franchise, not
Well,
only
it
does it
doesn't-
not fit,
It doesn't fit at all.
it's not good. Like Skyrim, for Skyrim's lore to work, you had, and I've gone through this tons of times with Ben, because Ben goes, wait, I think I know, and then I'll debunk it really quickly. We might do a live stream where we even do that. But for Skyrim's lore to work, you failed every single quest.
Well, you epically failed.
You epically failed every single quest in all the previous games from Fallout Arena.
And
Which
Martin
is the
still
first one. Or not
turns
Fallout.
into a dragon and dies too.
He still dies, but you don't win at the end.
No,
No,
but
he
he
didn't even turn into a dragon. He just dies.
yes, because I made him turn into a dragon.
No,
if you do the Bard's Quest,
Yeah,
if
well,
you do
no.
the Bard's
No, no,
Quest,
no.
you
If
can
you
make
do
the
the
storyline.
Oh, so you have to do the Bard's Quest first.
You
Because
do the.
as I did it, you saw the past, and he just dies.
Oh, see, I made it so
So
that.
apparently, you got to do the Bard's Quest first. Okay.
Yeah, I did the Bard's Quest when I was level 4.
Yeah, if
that
you
was
do-
kind of
If
scary.
you, yeah, that would be. If you do the Blades Quest first, he just dies. As well as the Blades are set up in Arena 1. And then the Skyrim Blades, oh, no, we were actually dragon hunters all along. I'm like, no, you weren't. I saw when you were created. I played that game.
Anyway, sorry, EverQuest,
Yeah, so back to EverQuest now that we've done every single game. it's
because we
stupid.
can't. We
Yeah,
can't leave this
even-
forever.
Even Hell of Duty is calling down. So basically, how he leveled me up is because I started the game later. I moved in with Ben when just after I graduated high school. And I graduated high school when I was 17. I just barely turned 17 when I graduated. No, I graduated, turned 17, and then moved in with Ben. Because I graduated when I was 16. Because I graduated January, and then that March I turned 17 and ended up moving in with Ben. No, yeah, because I had my birthday, so I moved in before I turned.
Yeah, you
'Cause
turned
I-
17 with us.
Yeah, and I turned 18 with you as well.
Yeah.
And I turned 19. It wasn't until 20. But in fact, just about every birthday since then I've had with you. but anyways, so they were catching me up to their level because they've been playing him, Ralph, basically his brother-in-laws. They've been playing the game for a long time. Thomas, his old roommate, they'd all been playing. So
I was the original, though.
no, you were the original. You dragged everyone. Well, just like you dragged. me in
I
as soon
started
as I
paying
moved
for
in.
everyone's account
As
because
soon
I was
as
the only one
well,
working.
I took your. You gave me your seller account.
I had 5
Yeah.
accounts.
He had 5 accounts, and he had an auctioneer that all the auctioneer did was sit there and sell stuff. And he's like, "Here, Joe, I want you to play with us too." So he took the auctioneer account, and I made a character off the auctioneer.
I needed a gnome enchanter.
and I had fun as that gnome enchanter. Miso Tall was hilarious. I loved Miso Tall. Anyways, so Miso Tall, my gnome enchanter, we would take me out to a high level area, and they would attack the enemies. Now, me being me, I go, I can help.
Well,
And so I
you're
cast-
kind of telling it. So we weren't attacking.
I wasn't
We were
supposed to.
throwing brambles, which is kind of like a thorn spell on him. And we were throwing a shield spell on him. And I was sitting there as the cleric healing him. Doing insta heals was my smallest heal, was an insta heal to him.
Mhm.
And so he'd go from, I'm going to die to I'm full. I'm going to die to I'm full.
Unless Ice threw a spell.
And then, so we brought the whole Knoll city,
I remember
hundreds
that one.
and hundreds
That one was fun.
of Knolls down
I
on
was
him.
doing the lizard one. That was a couple levels back.
Oh, okay.
Because this one really, Ralph sent me messages on my cell phone because of it.
Oh, okay.
That was
See.
fun. I was starting with the lizard one because that one happened first.
That's
And then you
true.
can tell the null one.
Lizard 1 was really quick because that's what got you to level 10, so
It
we
got me to
could
level
have
10,
little
but it
spells.
ticked Ralph off. So, well, I got to level 5 on my own, playing around. Ben said, because basically it taught me the game, it taught me how to do spells, and it taught me how to run around the area getting the different spell quests. And so he said, get to level 5, because that's only these 10 areas. You don't have to leave these 10 areas. And so I had fun getting to level 5, which took me 3 days, because EQ is not a your leveled system.
No, and that's
And
why I
that
loved
was the
it
fun
for
of it. It was immersive. You had to fight for every level, and when you leveled up, you felt cool because you got a new spell, ish.
Well, you had to even fight for that spell too,
You had to go do a trial to get your spell,
and for your next skill, and for your next. Anyway,
and so that was the fun of it. And so I finally got up to level 5, and so Ben's like, "All right, we're gonna level you up to level 10." And so I got used to, because as an enchanter, you can enchant beasts to become your fighters, and they'll fight for you. And don't cast enchant on something 10 levels above you, by the way.
it doesn't like that.
Not only does it not like it, its friends don't like it.
You tried to take him over?
And so, insta-kill. And so, Ralph, after the third time, Ralph's like, do not do that again. So I'm like, okay. And so then I'm like, well, okay, I'll cast a buff on Ben then. Buff. And they're like, he cast a spell. He must be hostile. Insta-dead. I did it again. Insta-dead. So Ralph told me, Joe, we're going to put your character here, and I'm going to duct tape your hands to the chair. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because Joe's character's job was just to stand there.
My job was literally to stand there. And so, I understand they were power leveling me, but it was boring. I was also 16. I was 17, 16 at the time. I was like, no, I want to do stuff. And so, the Knoll City, go ahead and continue that story.
Oh, so then he's level 10, and we're getting him from 10 to 20. And we took him to the Knoll City. And we would literally, like I said, we would go, one person would run around collecting all the gnolls as they spawned, bringing them back to hold them. And Joe's job was to keep the brambles up and keep them healed. And he would pick one gnoll and hit that gnoll. And then when that gnoll was dead, he would turn and hit another gnoll. And that's what he was doing. And the gnolls would turn and hit him. And when they hit him, they would be at half health, dead. Half health, dead. And so,
Because the brambles.
Because of the brambles and everything, not because he was actually hitting them, but because
miss.
And so Joe, every once in a while, would hit him for 1 point, and he'd get a ton of experience. He'd almost jump the level. And so Joe would be doing the same thing. He would be sitting there, hitting the one, and then he'd go, well, wait a minute. This guy's yellow to me instead of red. So I'm going to turn him into mine.
Because if they're yellow, you have a chance of getting it off. It's a 20% chance, I think.
Something like that.
It's not a high one, but it's not like 10%. You have a chance.
But like he said,
it pissed all
magic casters have a higher aggro than non-magic casters if they haven't used any skills.
Which also kind of it speaks to balance out the amount of damage.
Right, because
makes
we were not actually casting aggro spells because we were trying to send them all at Joe. And so he would literally turn around and get that one person, and that one person, after he enchanted it, if it was low health, when it disengaged the enchantment, it would take off running. Because it took off
twice
running with Joe being its master, every single gnoll that he would pass
turned and attacked me.
Would attack Joe. So
I found the king gnoll once.
Yeah, we literally, it was quite hilarious. And see, that's another thing that was awesome.
Was the last time Ralph ever helped me power level.
But I did it a few more times that.
You did, and
Thomas did.
Howard and Howard. Yep. You, Thomas, and Howard, and Monica, of course, still helped me level. But Ralph, that was after the gnoll. Well, after the lizard, the fishman, and the gnolls. That's when he disavowed anything to do with me.
And
so
then
he didn't get any of my enchanted gear I made.
It was quite funny how that kind of worked out and how we did that.
And then really quickly, before we turn off and go to bed, Gaz did ask us a question. What was that about Martin? He was voiced by CB. No one expected him to live long anyways. So basically, to explain that, in Oblivion, Martin, at the end of the game, turns into a dragon and uses up his life force to kill Dagoth
Yeah, the demon that's coming forth.
And he doesn't just, he shreds him so he can reform. He uses the line of kings, the entire
he
ancestry
shatters
of the
it.
kings to destroy him. He is gone forever. His items shatter. He's dead.
Martin
And
even
then-
shatters
And
because
Martin
of it.
shatters because of this as well, because he killed a Daedra, not just a Daedra lord, one of the Daedra lords.
One of the originals.
And so he kills him, and he kills him dead at the end of Skyrim.
Well, he even shatters and removes him from.
and then he
And
builds a
shatters
barrier.
the kings.
Yep. And it shatters the line of kings all the way back.
Yep.
And then it also it removes the ability for Daedra, for anything stronger than a lesser Daedra, to come into our world. That's the only thing Skyrim got right. And the only reason they got it right is because they were lazy and didn't want to do. This is literally the reason they released. They didn't want to do the rest of the Daedra.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not because of the lore that they didn't do the rest of the Daedra, because they were told that and they went, "Oh, yeah, we could have just used that as an excuse." It was literally because Bethesda is lazy. And this is my biggest argument and hate for Bethesda. I like Bethesda, but they are lazy. And they give up on something too soon. Like, there were so many things that they were working on for Skyrim that they just decided, we'll work on something else. It doesn't really matter. This is actually becoming harder than we thought. There's a few things where it was literally a line of code was all that was left to finish something off. But and so in Skyrim, did he say something else about that?
Yeah,
That's still in the canon. He banished the Daedra back into Livia and it all but wrecks his power. Yeah, well, he didn't just all but wreck. He wrecked his power in the original story. Skyrim is at 10. Is it 10,000? I know it's a long time, but at the same time, like in the story, they said there was no way for this Daedra to come. There was no way for Dagoth Maw to come back. Dagoth Maw was never going to come back. He was gone. And so in Skyrim, as soon as I found the dagger of Dagoth Maw, I was like, well, that means Martin died for nothing. Skyrim is a few thousand years after.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry.
You're looking at something else.
Yeah, as Hitchcock Handyman, I can comment on the live stream, not live.
Mm-hmm.
But as anyone else, I cannot.
That's weird. So literally, not only that, the volcano exploded. Well, that was Morrowind. I'm like, I'm sorry, I played that game. I stopped the volcano from exploding. Well, it exploded anyways. It's like, so in other words, I lost. Thank you very much.
Yes, you did.
The Blades. I'm like, I played the Blades in Arena. What the heck do you mean that the Blades are dragon hunters? I played Morrowind. I know what killed the dragons. It says in Morrowind. It says in Oblivion. It says in Blades. What killed the dragons was the Skyrunners, little birds. Basically, they were killed to death by sparrows. They were the hawks and then the sparrows. Yeah, they redid the story. The thing is that they didn't redo the story. Yeah, in between Arena, I can't remember what was number 2, in between Morrowind, in between Oblivion, they're all the same. It's only Skyrim that they said goodbye to the lore. And that's why I cannot give Skyrim a thumbs up. It's a good game as a standalone.
Well, yeah. And it's fun as a standalone.
And that's about the best I can
But it
give it.
doesn't
That's the only thumbs up I
follow-
can give it.
I thought it might entice your cat out, but it didn't.
Well, my cat, I closed the door finally.
Oh, okay.
Just so that way she could lay down and finally relax because she was panicking. And like tomorrow we'll try into a meeting again, but I figured that was enough. She needed to rest.
Well, Inu's a wild dog.
You can give this to Inu.
Okay.
Inu will like it. Is Inu still in here?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't know you guys took Inu to bed.
Yes.
I thought Inu would be down below.
Nope.
Anyways, thank you ever so much for playing Mysterium with us. Thank you for, if you guys, want to just have a live stream of Ben and I ranting video games, we can do that for you guys. We kind of do it on our Thursdays anyways. We rant about video games as we play video games. But if you guys just want us to do that, yeah, we'll sit down and rant video games with you guys. We've both been playing for a long time.
Because Evercrack's the best.
Evercrack is the best. Of all the MMOs,
first
I'll give
three,
it
the
the
trilogy.
I will give it the crown of MMOs.
The trilogy.
The trilogy? What do you mean the trilogy?
The first three expansions.
I even like the fourth expansion.
Well, the other expansions were good, but that's
The
where
first
they
three were the best.
started dumbing
Yeah,
it down.
that is.
That's where
That is
WoW
true.
started coming out, was after the third expansion. And that's when they started.
Yeah,
But
that is another thing. Is
Anyway.
Nord, Vikings, Nord.
yeah, it's true.
Anyways,
So good night.
good night. We stayed up way
Sleep
too late.
tight.
It
I
is
got to get to
9
bed.
It is 9:30. He's got to wake up. I got to wake up because I got to go
Right.
get blood.
So we got to try to. I'm going to try to get done.
I gotta wake up because Monica and Lindsay and I tomorrow are going to be putting together the Halloween props and to put that.
And
up
then
online.
hopefully tomorrow night
We'll do another live stream.
I'm gonna try to get work done quick enough.
If we have enough time, because we couldn't do it last week because he was sick, we're going
Right.
to try and do an Army of Twos, so 2 Army of Twos this week.
So I'm gonna try to do Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday.
If we can't, we're going to try to do it 2 times this week. Then we're going to go back to doing it once a week, as well as we're going to be having Haunted that we're going to go to. It'd be fun to even put a GoPro to you, or a GoPro to me.
Well, we've got multiple.
Well, I was like, I scream all the time.
I've got 3,
Oh, there we go. We can put one on you,
and then we
one on
can
me,
swap
one on-
through and look through.
Yeah.
And
And but that'll be lots of editing. I'll help you with the editing for that. So we got that planned. We've got crafts planned. Every single Tuesday, I'm going to be in a different outfit based on the game.
well, that's the plan.
I know it's going to be fun. Anyway, love you. Bless. Have a wonderful night. You're all beautiful people.
Have a blessed day, everyone.